Hey, I am Luke Owens, chef owner at Native Fine Diner in Greenville, North Carolina. So I've moved around a little bit, but in total, I've lived in Greenville the majority of my life, 24, 25 years in total. Again, back and forth a couple of different times. My biggest thing with Greenville right now is the growth, being a part of that growth. It's my favorite thing that's happening right now. I love this city. It's a black hole of sorts for me. I keep coming back to it, and there's always people opening new things and doing something exciting. Whether it's food trucks down on First Street or whatever's happening at the breweries, people opening new restaurants, new boutiques, hotels coming to town. There's just so much to talk about, and Greenville used to be a pretty blank slate. We can be whatever we want to be, we can do whatever we want to do, and seeing that come to fruition and being a part of it is a really big deal to me, and I hold that really close to me. Greenville's the best. So the first time that I was able to get paid to cook, I had to get a worker's permit, and it was at a little grill in Winterville, North Carolina. My buddy's dad owned it actually, and he was like, you know what, I'll give you a job, get a worker's permit, and I'll pay you minimum wage. So I just wanted some spending money. So as a chef, I always feel the need to be really creative and have some sort of artistic, creative outlet. And it started when I was much younger, 14, 15-year-old teenager, and I was in a band. And we played locally, we played all around North Carolina, did some touring up and down the East Coast. So that was a great creative outlet for me at a younger age. And as I became older and was paying my own bills, living out of the house, and trying to do something productive with my life, I still needed that outlet. I still needed to be artistic, and I still needed to push myself to create. So jumping ahead a bit, moved to Raleigh around 20 years old, did a lot of cooking there, ran a couple kitchens, the Raleigh Times, sous chef at Coquette. So really got some technique under my belt, some French cooking, obviously American cooking, and just kind of moved around that city a little bit and soaked up as much knowledge as I could. 2015, got the offer to come back to be the executive chef at Boiler Room Oyster Bar in Kinston. Spent about 9 or 10 months there, and then made the move just across the street to Chef and the Farmer, sister restaurant, as the executive chef there, and spent 3.5, 4 years there as the executive chef. And it's kind of where we've landed today is stepping out on my own, opening a restaurant here in Greenville to tell the diner story. We're opening a mid-century modern styled diner on Dickinson Avenue, and just kind of celebrating how our food became what it is in America today, celebrating Eastern North Carolina recipes, farm to table, super fresh, pretty vegetable driven, really progressive takes on old school diner classics. I feel like if you wait in life to be ready for anything, whether that's to buy your first home, to open your first restaurant, start your first business, to have kids, if you wait until you're ready, it's never, not that it'll never happen, but at some point you really have to go out on a limb and believe in yourself, believe in the people that are already supporting you, believe the things they say, that you can do it, that they support you, they're going to be there, they're going to show up, and trust in what you've worked to learn, and work for yourself. I'm a big fan of entrepreneurship, opening small businesses, opening new businesses, fresh ideas, and that was really all it took for me. I knew years ago that I wanted a restaurant. I knew years ago I wanted 5 restaurants, So it's just taking the path, making the decisions to line everything up as best you can, trusting those decisions, having faith in it, and executing it. It's super scary to do that, to go out on that limb, and to, at the end of the day, you're responsible for it and for your future surrounding it. So yeah, it's intimidating, it can be scary, but again, I think as long as you understand that you're working towards something that you believe in, nothing can really stop you at that point. So it can be intimidating, it can be scary, but having support, you know, and just knowing, trusting where you've come from. We believe that everyone is native to something, not just somewhere, but something. We all come from a place, not just physically, but emotionally, within ourselves. We all create what we are, you know, and that was really the reason behind the name. We're all native to something, and we all have a story to tell. So what we want to provide is a place where people can come and feel comfortable, and they can tell their stories, whether it's to the people that they're sitting with and that they know, or maybe they're talking to the people next to them or a couple tables over, to where, you know, they feel comfortable enough to share their story in our story, if that makes sense. Just a place that people can grow together, learn together, dine at the same table, you know, be a student of humanity, and always try to be learning something, whether it's about the food, about the atmosphere, about the person across the table from you. We're all native to something and to somewhere, and we just want to provide the place to tell that. So as a patron, I would expect when you come in to, first, obviously, you're going to notice the ambiance, the design. My wife, Britt, is an incredible interior designer. Very unbiased opinion. You know, her design is just super on point, no matter what she's doing. Restaurant, home, whatever business she's working on is great. So I would notice that right away. As we talked about earlier, I love the smells in the restaurants, the sounds, the energy. So we've really created a management team and a culture that allows for that energy to be seen. We've created a culture that believes in what we're building, that believes in our city, a culture that where employees aren't overworked, so that they can enjoy the restaurant when they're not working, or they can enjoy, you know, their own lives when they're not working. So super excited about that. I think you'll notice when you come in, I think you'll notice all of those things. I think you'll realize that everyone's working towards a common goal and really happy to be in the space. As far as the food goes, you know, again, we're doing really contemporary, new school, progressive takes on old diner classics. So you can expect the classic things from a diner, but also things that maybe you haven't seen before, or ingredients you haven't experienced before. We really, again, just want to tell the story of how our food here in America was brought here, how it's evolved over the years, and how we are harvesting it and taking care of it and continuing the story of Eastern North Carolina food. All the things to expect. My superpower would be being a dad. You know, being a dad's something I put a ton of my energy into, being a good role model, trying to be a good role model, trying to raise our daughter up with my wife in a way that we can be proud of, that other people can be proud of. Just being given the opportunity to be a parent is so powerful in itself, and you know, that's my superpower currently. My biggest dream would be all the things we've talked about today, you know, to see it come to fruition. Anything from talking about the restaurant all the way up to talking about being a parent, just to know that I did the best that I could, to know that that what we've created we believe in, and just harvesting that and working towards being better at all the facets of those things every day. Definitely my biggest dream. Yeah. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. Visit us at Eat It Native on Instagram, foodfootage.lukeowens on Instagram, greenville.nc for people of Greenville. Obviously, you're watching here. And tune in for updates on Native, set to open late summer, early fall of this year. We're excited to see you. Again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you later.